Today I'm gonna show you how I paint the watercolor portrait using just 3 colors and without any complicated techniques, something that you can try at home. So grab a cup of tea and join me to paint together.
I found a beautiful photo of a girl on Pinterest and decided to paint her. If you would like to check out my Pinterest board where I save lots of inspiring portraits, including this one, I will leave the link in the description. Let's start with the colors. So as I told before, I'm only using 3: bright yellow, blue, and red. Make sure your yellow isn't too orange. We need to keep it bright for mixing green background color. Since my sketchbook is made like a book and I'm painting on the left side, I usually place something underneath to keep the pages from bending down. First, we mix yellow with blue to create a green background. Then, for the skin tone, I mix yellow with red, but I added a little bit too much red, so I balanced it with more yellow. This will be the base color for the face, but remember to dilute it with plenty of water to make it lighter. For shadows and darker areas, I mix all 3 colors together and add more blue, which creates a kind of muted grayish tone. The first wash on the face should be very light, almost a beige with an orange tint. For the lips and cheeks, I use just clean red. To create a deeper brown for darker skin tones, I add a little yellow, more red, and just a touch of blue. I also like to use pure blue for some of the shadows. Before we start painting, let's quickly talk about highlights, midtones, and shadows. On the photo you can see many bright reflections. Those are the highlights and we will keep them white. To make it easier, you can lightly sketch them out with a pencil first. Just don't press too hard so they can be erased later. This way, when we paint, those areas stay untouched and bright. Now let's move on to the background. I will paint it green, and if it doesn't look dark enough, I can always layer over it again later. Remember, green is simply yellow mixed with blue. When painting the face, I begin with a light skin tone. Yellow with a touch of red, well diluted with water, and cover the entire face, leaving the white areas we marked earlier. Then I gradually add darker tones step by step. It's better not to jump straight into the darkest shadows. You will have more control this way. And by the way, if you also spend hours painting hunched over like a little shrimp, this is your reminder to straighten your back. I always forget and then my posture looks like that of an old granny. For the red cheeks and lips, I simply build up layers of red. The girl also has green eyes, so I add that detail along with eyebrows. If you are a beginner, you might find it easier to draw brows and lashes with a pencil first, or use a very fine brush. I darken the portrait, I sometimes add more blue to create cooler shadows. Okay, so when I move on to the neck and shoulder, I add shadows gradually so I don't make mistakes. Slowly building them up is safer than going too dark too quickly. I have a question to you guys. Did you notice that as we grow older, we start to draw less than we did as children? I just feel like kids naturally enjoy creating, they don't care what others think. But as adults, we often become too critical of ourselves, especially with all the comparisons on social media. When I see someone doing it better, I just give up. I feel like sometimes it even makes me lose the joy of simply making something with my hands. That's one of the reasons I've shifted more towards YouTube. Here I feel it's easier to just be myself without so much comparisons like on Instagram or TikTok. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments, I would love to hear your thoughts. And now my favorite part, adding the finishing details. I use a white gel pen, but you could also use a white colored pencil or gouache or acrylic paint. These little highlights make the portrait look more alive, like the girl is glowing. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed painting with me. I'm still new to YouTube, so if you have any suggestions or would like to see something specific in my videos, leave a comment below. I would love to improve and make the process easier and more fun for you. And please don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more watercolor tutorials. See you in the next video. Bye!